What is the best depiction of the Batman? To me, the answer is simple. It's the Batman from the Arkham video game series. And in this video, I'm going to show you why. Disclaimer: Bruce Wayne and the other Batmen have been kicking ass and taking names since 1939. So no, this is not going to be an entire history of the Batman's publishing history or anything of the sort, but we have to cover some important details in order to do our analysis. The first question that we have to answer is, what makes a good Batman?
You were supposed to understand.
That is the secret identity of one Bruce Wayne, a wealthy playboy from Gotham City who witnessed the unaliving of his parents when he was only a child, and henceforth decided to use his family's seemingly endless amounts of money and his insane gin routine in order to deliver justice as the Caped Crusader. Yes, everybody knows that, but that is where we run into our first important point. Bruce Wayne is just as much a part of Batman as Batman is to him.
You're trying to get under my cape, Doctor?
You can't have a solid depiction of the Batman just by focusing on the crime-fighting BS. Granted, you can still have stories that emphasize his obsession with this vigilante persona and still be awesome. Ergo, the Matt Reeves Batman movie. However, to make a compelling story that gives you the true definition of who Batman is, you need to have a balance between both. The most iconic and successful depictions of the character have focused on him being tactically superior, physically imposing, and a dark, brooding figure. On the other side of the spectrum, you can also frame him to have a sense of humor, which you can see in the Lego movies, some of the animated TV shows, and animated films. It just has to have a balance. At his core, whether you go the full Nirvana woe is me route, shape him up like an SNL character, or even set him up as a children's cartoon, Batman is a dark figure with an unshakable moral compass who fights crime in a morally complex world. Now that we know what makes a good Batman, how do we choose from the ones that we've seen so far? Ever since the first live-action depiction of Batman hit the movie screens in 1966 with Adam West as the titular hero, Hollywood has had an obsession with making Batman a mainstay, and it's been successful. Playing the role of Batman is now considered to be an honor, and for good reason, especially considering the duality of the character. Sadly, we've had some twists and turns with his other adaptations, crazier than going to Space Mountain after eating. It's either going to be a full success or a Joker-sized bomb. Yes, I'm talking about you, Batman and Robin. Listen, George Clooney, Papa, I know it wasn't your fault. Joel Schumacher did you super dirty with the bat nips, but damn, this was just horrendous.
What are you talking about?
Never mind, focus. Okay, we're back. The thing that made Batman truly stand out in mainstream media were the Tim Burton movies from the 80s and 90s. In the beginning, casting Michael Keaton for Batman and Batman Returns was deemed to be a total mistake by the media.
I think that he's kind of a wimp.
It don't seem that it's right, you know?
But as soon as the movies were released, we knew exactly why it was such a great decision.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
The iconic score, the production design, the dark and gothic depiction of Gotham, and most importantly, exploring the duality between Bruce Wayne and Batman in a crime-ridden, chaotic world is what made the character attractive for audiences all across the globe. What truly stuck out to me is how these movies were able to highlight Batman as a character and still have time and finesse to go over his iconic Rogues Gallery, to explore his relationship to his iconic Rogues Gallery. After all, a hero is only as good as his villains. Considering that, the best Batman projects are able to capture the essence of the main character, but also his struggles to overcome his greatest adversaries. In this specific case, we were able to cover the Joker, the Penguin, and Catwoman to the extent that everybody was fiending for more. After Michael Keaton's last ride as the Batman, that's where things get tricky. The 90s were just not a good time to be a Batman fan. I'm just gonna be straight up. Joel Schumacher took over the Batman live-action movie projects in 1995 with Batman Forever. This was meant to be a continuation of the Batman mythos we had set up already in the Tim Burton movies and serve as the third sequel in the franchise. But in this one, Michael Keaton was recast with Val Kilmer. I'm of the opinion that Val Kilmer was actually more than capable to play Batman, especially with how he characterized Bruce Wayne. But to be honest, the movie was just slapstick comedy, with Jim Carrey playing on the Riddler and Tommy Lee Jones playing Two-Face. It is an absolute masterclass in physical acting, if you will, and wacky costume design, but embracing the campy Adam West style in a darker, broodier version of Gotham just wasn't it. Then we had the fever dream that was known as 1997's Batman and Robin. Yes, we got the Batnips, we got Batman and Robin and Batgirl working together. Recipe for success, right?
No! God, please, no! No! No!
Not even Arnold Schwarzenegger's glorious puns or the infinite money glitch that is the Bat credit card could have saved this absolute dumpster fire. I'm sorry, Uma Thurman, you were actually good as Poison Ivy, but I digress. It sucked.
I need the diamonds from my hideout.
I'll help you grab your rocks.
We're getting distracted. Focus. Okay, with all of this trash, what are the good depictions of Batman? Simple. All you have to look at are the Christopher Nolan trilogy, Matt Reeves' Batman, and the Lego Batman. Christian Bale's Batman trilogy is exactly why we fell in love with the character. It was a deep, layered, emotional story focused on a man trying to cope with his past trauma and save Gotham by any means necessary. On top of that, we also got to see iconic performances of his most important adversaries, with Liam Neeson playing Ra's al Ghul, Cillian Murphy's Scarecrow, Anne Hathaway as Catwoman, which ended up being the love interest, which I love, Tom Hardy's depiction of Bane, and most importantly, Heath Ledger's Joker. This was a full-on character study of what makes Batman's stories so important. He is a flawed individual that uses his physical prowess and endless resources to try to bring justice into a chaotic world. Ben Affleck is a tricky one because he does carry that sense of morality into his depiction of Batman. But the character that we see in Zack Snyder's Snyderverse is a dumpster fire for another day. The Batman was okay, the world that he was living in absolutely sucked. Now we get to the good stuff. In Matt Reeves' Batman universe, we focus on why Bruce Wayne is so obsessed with being a symbol for justice. We see a young, inexperienced Bruce Wayne that is so detached from reality after years of unresolved trauma that at this point Bruce Wayne doesn't even exist. Batman, or how he frames it, vengeance, is his main identity. Even the Lego Batman movie projects played on this perfectly.
I'm a night-stalking, crime-fighting vigilante and a heavy metal rapping machine.
While also adding in an extra layer of Batman serving as a surrogate father to Robin and the rest of his Bat family.
Everyone say Bat Family!
Bat family!
Will Arnett delivers a solid performance as the Batman, encompassing the brooding nature of the character on one end and his slightly more humorous and upbeat Bruce Wayne as a playboy. Did you notice it yet? Some of you might have caught it by now, but let's talk about it. If there's so many good depictions of the Batman, what is missing? Well, none of the projects that we have talked about thus far are able to capture everything except for one. This man right here is Kevin Conroy, who sadly passed away in November of last year and is an icon for the entire comics community for what I am about to share with you. Kevin Conroy is the Batman. For over 20 years, Kevin played the character of the Caped Crusader in movies, TV shows, and ultimately the Batman Arkham game series. And in doing so, he created the single best rendition of Batman that we had ever seen. After all of this setup, what makes the Arkham Batman so special, stand out above the rest, and withstand the test of time? Batman's personification in the Arkham video game series is designed to showcase his many strengths as a hero while also highlighting his human side and the challenges he faces as he works to protect Gotham and bring justice to everybody in the city. It also draws heavy inspiration from Batman the Animated Series, which Kevin Conroy also did. That show and its subsequent movies covered numerous aspects about the character's motivations, backstory, and his psychology. The series was notably super dark, inspired by film noir, and it's always been praised for its strong character development and storytelling, especially when it comes to the key pillar of Batman stories, which is the villains. Specifically, in this case, Mark Hamill's rendition of the Joker and Tara Strong as Harley Quinn. These two deserve their own separate videos, but all you need to know is that in the TV shows, the movies, and ultimately in the Arkham series, they both push Bruce Wayne's physical and psychological limits to the test like nothing we had ever seen before. From Arkham Origins to Arkham Knight, you get the entire story of Bruce Wayne. From his aggressive, impulsive desire to bring justice at any cost to his failure to become a surrogate father to one Jason Todd. From a production perspective, it also hits all the beats to make a good Batman story. The darker and more serious tone, the gothic landscapes and amazing level design, a dramatic and atmospheric score, taking notes from both Tim Burton's Run and the animated series. Plus, of course, the full exploration of Gotham City for you as a player to see Bruce go up against street-level threats as well as the larger-than-life villains. On the gameplay side, this makes your journey as the Batman to go by even smoother, including iconic gadgets with every entry, with upgrades for Batman, allowing players to customize your playstyle while also feeling like they're controlling the best version of the Caped Crusader. Detective work, Check. Puzzles and analytical mastery? Also check. And on top of that, you add one of the most impressive and groundbreaking combat systems in the history of video games, you get exactly why this video is being made. Lots of information, give it to me straight. Why should we consider Arkham Batman to be the best? From the iconic vocal performances to every single situation that the game throws your way, you get to see in beautiful, stylized fashion the highs and the lows of Bruce Wayne's journey. It lets you feel like you're the main character in the movie and guide Batman's quest for justice, while also embracing the atmosphere and tone that makes a Batman story succeed. If you haven't played the games, I highly suggest that you do, or you watch the video game movie compilations from the cutscenes on YouTube, because you will truly be able to appreciate why Kevin Conroy is so beloved by many and why he is the Batman. Mi hermano, may you forever rest in peace. This one was for you. You made it to the end of the video, so congratulations, and let me know in the comments which other characters you think I should cover next. While you're down there, make sure you drop a like on this bad boy because it's free. And as always, I'll see you on the next one.